Bad things, fine as hell, thick as fuck, oh my god. That's my baby, Caroline.
Cheers. Oh, that's liquor. Oh my god. We going out to the club. I want to go out. Not really. I feel bloated. I'm on my period. Ugly. I feel big. I feel fat. But I'm young, turned, lit, something like that. And I gotta go outside, even when I want to go outside. Because it's good. I'm living up my youth, as they say. Anyways, so with that said, I have like less than 2 hours to get myself to feel cute, feel hot, feel sexy, feel like that girl in the club, you know, be the section baddie that I know I am on the inside. So let's get right into it. I was gonna keep it safe and go with a black wig that I already installed. I was like, you know what? I need to make sure I feel my best and feel hot. Right now I'm not feeling hot. So I'm gonna install this wig from RPGSHOW. Once I put this wig on my head, I was like, okay. The way I was already feeling with the wig on my head, I was like, okay, you gotta wear this wig out tonight. Hopefully I have enough time to install it. But since it's pre-plucked and pre-bleached, I feel like it should be easy. It should be fast to install. It's really like slightly pre-styled. So I think I'm just gonna do a simple straight. Just keep it easy and simple. I need to put a wig cap on, but I'm not in the mood. I hate wig caps, I really do. Okay. Now let's tint the lace. My Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Maple. Hoping that shot does what it needs to do and, like, you know, gets me a little in the mood. We're gonna just buff that in underneath the lace. Oh, I need to get myself together, you know? I'm gonna blame my period. I've been in such a cranky ass mood. Like, I've just been a freaking minute. I've been just cranky. Even my friend who called me to come out, I picked the phone, I'm like, what? She was like, girl, what? Learn how to say hello. I'm like, I want to, but I'm just cranky. It's my hormones and just, I don't know. Mercury's in retrograde apparently or some shit like that. Girl, I don't know. Tuck this in. So I can see. Cutesy, cutesy. I feel like because my hair is probably not the flattest, it's not fitting perfectly. If it's like it's perfect, but too perfect on the sides. But I'm gonna wear it in the middle part so you can't really tell too much. Down, I'm using my Kiss Colors lace spray. I'm gonna spray it underneath everywhere the wig needs to sit. Boy, I hope this looks great. Because y'all see how my little edges is sticking out past the wig. This is why sometimes it's gonna have a breakdown, but it's alright. We're gonna do the best that we can. What we got? That's why I love me a good middle part, because sometimes the sides is not your business, you know. We love the sides just to help like pull that lace down too, pull some sideburns, even though they're not going to be doing anything. And blow dry. Alright, now let's band for an hour, JK. Ooh. Band for as long as I can. But hopefully that worked well, because all of that took me less than 5 minutes. But now let's get into making this wig nice and flat. Okay, wig on for the most part. Now I'm gonna make this wig nice and flat at the top. My trick to make my wigs flat is not to go with a hot comb immediately. First, I like to use a flat iron and some mousse to really get it flat. I feel like this is like what does the trick for real before I go in with a hot comb. But let's make sure my part is like even. There we go. Just gonna brush it the way you want the hair to lay. I feel like it's gonna be, I can't even see y'all, but I feel it. It's about to look so good. This is what I need to lift my spirits up. I'm gonna put some on the front part of the hairline too. It just helps like shape everything the way you want it to be. So mold it accordingly. Then I have to go in with a blow dryer and a concentration tip just to help direct the airflow. There's a little more to just pressing it down with a brush. I'm also applying tension, like you see. If you can't tell, I'm grabbing onto that hair from the root and pulling to create some tension, basically like straightening the hair out. And I'm using the blow dry with the concentration tip to just follow along that line of tension. You want to like add some force, like grab that hair underneath and really pull it, and that's what's going to help get everything to be flat, because a blow dryer is just kind of straightening out what you're already using your hand to straighten. It's making it more permanent, if that makes sense. You see that? You see that? T, I know, right? Blow dryer with a concentrator tip to direct the airflow in a brush and press her down. Now we're gonna just straighten it out a little bit. Quick little 1, 2, 1, 2. Gonna use some granular-free tea sleep and shine scalp rubber. This hair feels very lightweight. Oh, I just know this wig about to have me acting up in the Something about me with like a little bit of blonde. I just think I'm a fab girl. I be like, guys, I know you see me. I know you want me. I'm so stupid. I don't know what I'm wearing. Hurry up. And I can spend more time once I'm dressed straightening the hair. It just needs a little 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't want to like do more cutting and layering because it already comes like slightly layered, as you can see. I would add more, but I don't want to mess it up and then have to do more. This is good enough. For now, I take off the band to see what we're working with real quick before I get too confident. Okay. It looks good. Let's put the glasses on. Going with the hot comb and not burn my head would be nice. There's a certain way like my middle parts to fall on my face. I don't like them looking too flat. So what I do is I go in like a diagonal angle underneath the root in the middle, and I push it upwards, as you see, and then I go back and make it flat again. So it's like a little bit up, a little bit flat, but not like super flat. So kind of just give a coming out of my scalp look. Fix whatever we missed. Just gonna have to do, child. This is good enough for now. Now let's get into the makeup. So I use the next Myrick's Blurring Balm as my primer. I love this stuff. Like, it literally makes my skin like, it gives like a soft matte. It makes my skin nice and smooth. It helps fill in my pores. So I like to put that and I press it into my skin. And then for my brows, I was trying something new. I was using the Got To Be gelled, the eyebrow wax. I feel like it didn't do much for my brows, but I did like using it on my hair a lot better. But I just wanted to tame my eyebrows a little bit. I want some really nice sharp brows. Honestly, I'm not a fan of brow wax products. I feel like they just leave a residue. It makes it hard for me to draw my brows on, but I wanted to get the hype and try it, and it was just a mess. It was a no for me. But onto my concealer. I like to start with concealer before foundation. So I'm underpainting basically. I'm using a concealer that's actually my shade, well, closer to my shade. It's not a super light, bright shade. This is Maple in the Born This Way concealer. And I put this underneath my eye, on my T-zone, my forehead, chin, and around my mouth area. These are the areas I want to be nice and bright. I like to let my concealer sit for a bit, dry down before I blend it. So I'm moving on to other parts of my makeup. I'm going in with my e.l.f. bronzer. This cream bronzer is one of the best cream bronzer shades I've ever found. I just go ahead and put this on my hand first, and I apply the brush. I like to work the product in on my hand before I put it on my skin to avoid having it too streaky and too harsh. I feel like it gives like a more skin-like finish. I just put this on my cheeks. I put this on my forehead area, jaw, around my nose, everywhere where I want to be nice and bronzed and chiseled. I also go ahead and put some on my eyelid area. I don't really do eyeshadow or anything, but I realized like adding some depths and darkness and shadows to like around the crease of my eye and kind of doing like a fake wing on the corner of my eye gives like an eyeshadow effect. And I feel like just having some eye makeup makes you look nice and sultry and like, you know, sexy. Once I feel like my concealer has dried down enough, I'm going in with a little brush. This is an e.l.f. brush. I'm just starting to blend out the concealer. I like to start from the ends first and work my way in between. This helps to keep like the pigmency, if that's the right word, keep the concealer nice and pigmented in the center, but just use the edges to be blended away for a less harsher look. I use that excess concealer that's on the brush now to go ahead and kind of do like a reverse contour under where I contoured earlier, just to add like that highlight. Just gonna really make that contour in my cheeks pop. And then now I'm going in with like a foundation. This is more like a light shade, very sheer. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow foundation. I'm just putting this underneath where I put that lighter shade so that way I don't look like I have a ashy cast underneath my chin. Essentially what I'm doing is kind of underpainting. I feel like underpainting really helps make your makeup really pop and look nice and beat without having to do too much product. The only foundation I'm adding is this one underneath my cheeks right here. I really do like this e.l.f. Halo Glow foundation. I feel like it really does what it says. It makes my skin look super glowy, but it's also very sheer and light. So it just gives me some color, but it's not going to give you much coverage. But since I already have a lot of product on my face, I'm not really looking for coverage, just an even color. I went back in with the same Too Faced Born This Way concealer, but this time the shade Cookie. This is a very bright shade. I put this on top of the skin tone colored concealer because this way I can have a really bright eye without it being too harsh, but at the same time I'm going to have coverage under my dark eyes. I like put just a little bit in the center because I just want right there to be bright, and I blend this out as well with the same brush. Now that I'm done with all my wet and liquid cream products, I'm going in with my powders to set everything. For under my cheek where it's going to be my skin tone, I'm using my Juvia's Place pressed powder. This was a really good high coverage foundation, so it's going to help cover up my skin unlike the e.l.f. Halo Glow did, but at the same time it's going to make everything look nice and smooth. And for my under eyes, I'm using my Makeup Revolution translucent powder. This is a good dupe for the Huda Beauty powder in my opinion, and I just press this, use it underneath my eye. I like to use pressed powders first before I apply loose powders. I've realized using a pressed powder on top of the concealer first before going with like a loose setting powder helps make sure I press out all the creases, all the lines, make everything nice and smooth. And then to bake, I will use a loose powder, but I'm not sure. I don't think I ended up using any loose powder in this one. I just used this pressed powder and it was just enough. Essentially, if you notice, I like to layer my makeup. So like I did a light shade concealer and I'm layering that with a light shade powder. Where I added that liquid foundation, I go in with a powder foundation. Layering your makeup helps, one, make sure it's going to last long, and two, it's going to make it look like it's actually on your face. I did some reverse contouring with that pressed powder as well underneath my cheekbones where I have that other pressed powder. I just want to do this to kind of really make my cheekbones pop. Like I want to be giving dramatic glam because it's the club, it's dark, they gotta see me. Okay, now to go on top of that cream bronzer from earlier, I'm using a powdered blush. This is a blush that I've had for decades. It is from Black Radiance in the shade Toasted Almond. I don't know if this is still a product out there. I just had it for a long time. It's one of the best like bronzy blush shade. Like it's a blush, but it has enough brown in it for me to use as a bronzer. I put that on my cheeks, on my forehead, on my eyes, essentially everywhere where I went in with that contour bronze shade earlier. Now, since I'm not wearing any lashes, I had to do something dramatic to my eye. So I'm just going in with a black liner and just creating a bit of a wing. I don't do wing eyeliners ever, but if you're not gonna do lashes, girl, you gotta do something. So I feel like a little dramatic wing will really do that for you. Even if it's not clean, I still end up looking like really sultry and sexy. I did do like a little inner corner action right here. And I also drew in some liner in the bottom of my eye. So I lined the top and the bottom. And that's what gave me a really like sultry look in my eyes. Finished off with some mascara. Now the finishing touches, I'm going in with a little bit of a highlight shade from the James Charles Morphe collab palette. It's the old palette. I've had it for decades as well. But there's only one shade I use in it, and that is that highlight shade right there. I put that on my nose, kind of like an exclamation mark, a little dot in the bottom, a line in my inner corners. And I also use it as a highlight shade for the top of my cheekbones. I feel like I stopped highlighting, but highlighting is coming back. I don't know why I ever stopped. It just makes everything just come together. So I put that on my cheeks as well. And that was basically it for the lip, for the whole entire makeup look. For the lips, I used this lip stain that I will put down below. I just put that lip stain and some clear gloss all over it. I love this little gadget. The Got To Be Glue brows. I don't know too much, but for hair, tea. I feel like the makeup looks good, but I also cannot see. So if it's not looking that best, relax. I have my glasses on. I will put my glasses on in my bathroom and fix it. But from what I can see, I feel like it looks good. Like, yeah. I'm feeling a little better. Like, I'm feeling good, even though I can't see. I'm gonna spray it down. Oof, girl. I'm gonna get dressed. I feel like I look good. Oh wait, well since I'm here, let me put some concealer in my part. Concealers, can I find one? Gonna put some concealer in the part just to make it like, you know, va-va-voom a little bit. If I can see. Okay. Try to just stay still while I do that. Slay. Okay, let's get dressed. Okay, see already. I'm feeling sexy. I'm feeling like a hot girl. Like, it don't take too much. Don't need too much. All right. I just want to like zhuzh the hair up. I'm feeling really cute. I don't wear eyeliner, but I feel like I just want to give a little something. Broken, I do not know. I just want to like, I love using these razor combs to just draw in some layers. I just want the layers to be like just a little bit shorter, just a tad. Yeah. I need to cut some of the length off. I haven't even put on my body oil, but I'll put it last because body oil plus hair is just gonna be very overstimulating. But come on. Once the breast is pumping. So stupid. straighten the hair some more. Not straighten, but I want to like bring it in a little bit to make the layers that it comes with a bit more like noticeable. Come on, fine girl. Come back home. Let me not come back home with a husband tonight, guys. Let me not come back home with a husband. Yes. I'm feeling really tea. I'm feeling ready for this. Bloated, ugly, fat. Who? Not me. Not me. Okay. Just need to put my body oil and like my accessories to finish the look. Get this middle part nice and flat. So tea. Like, who is she? Okay, the blonde, the highlights, the makeup, everything. I just felt so good, so sexy, so hot. And mind you, I don't even have lashes on. Like, I feel like the little wing I did, it did something in the bronziness of the makeup, cool tone, the hair. I just look real good, y'all. So I gotta say, sometimes you're not ugly. You just need to go to the club and feel hot and sexy. I'm gonna film a proper outro because right as I said, I had to get going. Literally, my friend was like, we're outside, and I had my body oil, my perfume, but here are some clips I managed to sneak off because, you know, I always am making TikToks. Follow me on TikTok, by the way, if you want to like be more updated with me. But the look, it came out so cute, and I shit y'all not, like, even the bouncer was like, oh, you're gonna be trouble in the club tonight. That's how good I look. Like, the bouncer was feeling me. Okay, like, fine girl. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I sure did. You can see how my mood went from blah to damn. You guys, another one, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And peace out, Girl Scouts. Goodbye.